Hi, this is Becky Oshel, and I'm going to show you 3 different activities that I did within Schoology with my students this year. The first folder we're going to look at is in my reading course, and we did an author study of Mo Willems at the end of the school year. And one of the activities that I had the students do was, of course, we were immersed in reading all different Mo Willems books. I was reading them aloud. I checked out several of them from the library and let the students read them with partners and groups. One of the Schoology activities I had them do was a discussion. It went very well. They posted some insightful responses to my question, which book did you like better? Why did you like it better? I noticed several of them did not answer both questions. Some of them did. I tried to respond to them as they posted because, it notifies you as soon as they post. And so the ones who didn't answer both questions, I tried to go in and have them answer those. As I reflect on the discussion posts that my students made, one thing I would do differently next year is go over specifics on how to respond, how to post, how to answer all the questions, and how to make sure that you are posting what you're supposed to be posting. I had a lot of students post things like poop, and then they made little silly comments on each other's posts, so we would have to go over the parameters and the expectations for their responses. Some other things we did, we discussed a lot of nonfiction text features in our synthesizing unit at the end of the year. So I made this handy page for them to see different text features and what they might look like. So they studied these. Using these different pictures really was very helpful for them. Then they had a quick check that they did. You can see I have my learning targets here. So in their nonfiction text feature quick check, I actually had them do it on a KWL paper chart. So they have the directions here, and then this way they had the paper in front of them to write their answers down, and they could go into this page and use these to help them as needed. So that's why I did that as a paper activity. Also did a fun fluency check. I didn't actually grade these, but I have looked at all of them. It doesn't look like I've looked at them, but I have, where my friends I told them to read for a minute out loud and record themselves and then upload it into Schoology. So you can see their little videos here.
Hi there, I'm reading this book called It's a Jaguar.
Okay, so you can see that my friend held up the book to show the title of the book, and then he read aloud for 1 minute. So that was a nice little fluency check for him at the end of the school year. And then in my math course, I had my students do an FDOL, where they went online in Schoology and did this assessment, this final determination of learning. So that was exciting, having that online and having it easy for them to do. So you can see that these tests are all multiple choice or fill in the blank. I am currently working on some exit tickets for first grade in Schoology, and we are taking the paper pencil tests that were created by Eureka Math and making them Schoologized. So next year, all of our exit tickets will be in Schoology. Something I know my students really enjoy doing is recording themselves. So you can see I also had my friends record themselves skip counting by 10s to 120. And it was nice to see their ability right away. And I also include always an early finishers folder in my Schoology groups for my students, so that way whenever they're done they can come in here and they can work on different brain teasers or different puzzles and so forth for them to work on when they're finished with their work, if they want additional things to do. So I think I've covered my 3 activities. I know in my discussion posts, I need to go over the expectations and give some example answers, make sure that they're answering all the questions. With the FDOLs, make sure that they're taking their time. I did the one activity with the KWL chart, and I had the Schoology, the page that had all the information on it. That went very well. I liked that they were able to look at the information and scroll through it as needed. And then they also had book samples in front of them to use. So on the discussion posts, I would also make them a little bit deeper thinking questions too. So I would change those for next year and make those a little bit more challenging so as to avoid the little one-word responses. But those are some examples of activities that I've used, how they went, and things that I would change them, and I hope you enjoyed them.